It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessick.
Woo! We did it!
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
This is my first time at the control center because Lee had surgery yesterday.
Correct.
Are we okay?
We're good. We're good. You know what? I had another browser open that was playing the live show.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a little medicated tonight.
He's a lot medicated tonight.
I had surgery yesterday. I know, for a hangnail, and
Lee had surgery just yesterday.
I did. My hand modeling career is over.
Done. It's
But
done.
I had like a cyst on my thumb right there.
I
And
want to know why you didn't go to Dr. Pimple Popper. Have you ever watched that show?
I don't know what that is.
It's a show on some channel with this lovely lady who pops the dermatologist, and she would have done your hand surgery and you would have been on whatever channel she's on. She's wonderful.
I mean, do they use like anesthesia?
I think so. Lee,
I don't want to know.
I want you to feel so much better, and I'm sending you lots of love. I was so happy you got out of surgery all right, and you're okay.
I did. I don't remember a thing.
Perfect. That sounds like a good Friday.
It went great. It went good. I have a great hand surgeon. If anybody needs a hand surgeon, if you're in the market, call me.
Would you like to see one of the downfalls of education when you work in the school system? And I'm not changing the subject. You get messages like this on your live stream.
Hi, Mr. Bannon. Student. Oh,
thanks for being here.
Do you know Ryan?
Yes, but I know him virtually because there's no physical people in the.
And you're at a new school.
I'm in a new school. It's a whole.
So you've never met these kids.
I've never met them, and they've never met me. But today they told me that I'm crazy, and in a good way. And I was like, well, that's why I host this show with you every Thursday.
I love it. I love it. Fantastic. We have a great show tonight. I'm super excited. I love how a lot of times we'll have a guest on the show, and then we'll try and like pair the guest with a second guest because we can usually have two artists during a broadcast, and we try and come up with interesting themes and whatnot. And so tonight turned into this whole singer-songwriter edition, which I love. I'm so jealous of anybody that can write a song because I've never written a song. And and I'm super excited about it because I spent.
No.
Your talents are
endless. Thank you.
Endless.
I know. Those
I
are
never knew.
Famous words.
I never knew you had that. You're holding out on me, Robert.
I wish I could, but let me tell you, the songwriters on today's show, they can write. They're amazing.
Crazy. I know. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. So you're back at school.
I'm back at school,
but there are no kids.
Kids.
The teachers are teaching their remote classes, but they have to show up to school.
Yes, they're in the building with no kids, which is a great job when no kids are there.
And how is that? Are people happy to be there?
Not particularly, no. Because it's nice to have a routine and all,
right,
and to be out of the house. But I think it's a nerve-wracking experience for everyone.
Do you want to hear something funny? And I know I'm gonna probably quote this wrong, but friends of ours, very dear friends of ours, we actually met them in Italy, like, I don't know, 5 years ago. We were on the Amalfi Coast, and they were staying at the same hotel, and they're great. They live outside of Chicago, and they have a young son who I'm going to say he's in kindergarten or preschool. Like, he's young, he's little. And she posted this on Instagram, so it's safe for me to say that they're doing the like virtual learning, right?
Mhm.
And his teacher wrote her a note to let her know that her son basically took a screenshot of himself and posted it so that he didn't have to stay on the camera, so that when she would ask, and then she asked him a question, he didn't move. So
It's brilliant.
my friend posted, she's like, I think I'm very proud.
I think that's brilliant. Listen,
Right?
if any of the kids, Ryan, don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it.
I don't want to give you any ideas, but that did my heart good. I was like,
That's hysterical. Lee sent me a picture today. I wish I put it up here. Lee, speaking of funny things, Lee posted something. Lee showed me something today.
oh my God, I loved it so much. So, and I totally stole it, so I'm not going to take credit. But here, I'm gonna show it on the screen because I think I can do that. Can you all see this? Where's my hand? Oh, there we are.
I was playing venues at 20% capacity before it was cool. I can
Right?
relate.
I've been saving all of the shit that people are posting on Instagram and Facebook. I save them all. I have a whole folder on my phone of all of these, all of these things, from the little videos to the quotes, because I don't know, they're getting me through.
They're very. I mean, you need that. We need that.
Yeah, we
And
do.
we've been here for 24 weeks, so thank you all for watching. And if you're brand new to the party, welcome to Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails. And we'll be celebrating 6 months of this soon.
Isn't that crazy?
Who knew?
It's crazy. I love it. I love it. Well, let's not waste any more
Not a
time,
moment.
because our first guests are live direct from London, and they're staying up super late for us, which is really lovely. Heather Lundstedt is an incredible vocalist that I've had the pleasure of touring with for the last, I don't know, 4 years, maybe, something like that. Just like one of the most gorgeous soprano voices and one of the most fun people to tour with, I have to say. And she recently got engaged to a British fella named Stuart Matthew Price, who is a wonderful vocalist as well, gorgeous tenor, but he's also a songwriter, and he writes musicals and whatnot. In fact, at the very beginning of my last tour that was supposed to last 5 weeks and lasted a day, I arrived a day early so that I could see a show that Stuart had written. It was written for a children's show, but high school kids. And it was at the, I know I'm going to mess this up. They'll tell me. Remember in Florida where there was the shooting at the school Parkland? Parkland. Thank you. It was at that high school. That's where they performed it. And it was brilliant. These kids were, I was like, I don't remember this level of like acting and singing ability in our high school productions. They were incredible. But it was at that high school we went to. Wow. That was pretty cool. Anyway, so they are here. Stuart, in this quarantine, has written some amazing, fun things that have gone viral. And he has a new project that he's going to tell us about. So let's just share a little bit of Stuart Matthew Price and Heather Lundstedt.
I really need a job, for once a singing job. I'm sick of dancing at the back edge of the stage. I want to help Maria.
Singing that refrain will never be a strain on me. Maria,
Jesus,
hitting the job to sing soprano.
God, why don't they get it? Come on and get it. How many tenors do they need?
At the Right now,
This is that moment we all have to choose. Do we sleep into darkness despite what we lose? Our love is rooted deep and twice as strong. As long as you are there with me.
Hey! Welcome.
Welcome to.
Thank you for staying up
That's
so
okay.
late.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's gorgeous.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. It's beautiful music to sing.
So-
I just, he wrote it. I get to sing it. That's lovely.
And you sound fab.
That works. But Stuart, you wrote this song. Tell me the proper title. The I Can Sing Higher Than You,
No one sings higher than me.
or that, and that's probably true that no one does sing higher than you. And so it's about 4 male tenors, that all think they can sing the highest. And
Yes.
fantastic. Never heard of any of those guys. All fantastic. And that video went viral.
Yeah, it was. We sort of we're all friends from drama school, and
Okay.
wrote the song for us to do one day, and we finally got around to doing it.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. And then Hedda just said, "Why don't you just record it and put it on?" And she said she'll do all the editing of the video, and we'll just worry about trying to get it all vocally together. And then we put it out there just for fun to cheer people up in the midst of lockdown, and then it just went nuts. And it's great. And so for us as 4 friends and plus Heather obviously in this equation, we just suddenly go, well, in the middle of 2020 when everything is going crap, we've got this cool little moment that we'll always remember for our entire friendship for the rest of our lives. So it's been really good fun.
And I think it's almost at 1 million views. It's really close. Yeah. So
Close, yeah.
Wow.
We
We'll
want
watch it.
that million.
Wow. And the video, Heather, I know you a long time. The work you're doing with your editing is incredible. It's really, I love it when a vocalist, learns editing, because they edit lyrically. It always makes sense. And there's a care, in the transitions and whatnot. And so it doesn't go unnoticed.
Oh, well, thank you, Lee. Yeah, because we've done a few of these now. I think 5 or 6 of them, and we've learned, the 2 of us working together, that the best thing for us to do at the beginning of the editing process is just to sit down with the sheet music and literally our version of storyboarding. So we kind of try to tell the story that whatever. Anyway, it's super nerdy, but it seems to be working.
It does. It's great. So meanwhile, you've written, this is a musical that I didn't know about, Stuart, that you're about to do a virtual reading, and it's a man and a woman, and you have Rosalie Craig, who starred in the West End production of Company. In the new version of Company, she played Bobby.
You did,
And
yeah.
her husband,
Hadley
a real husband, right?
Yeah, and Hadley's he's had a ridiculously impressive career. I think he played on Broadway in The Pirate Queen all the years ago when The Pirate Queen came out. The show's called Before After, and as you say, it's a 2-hander, and it's essentially the story of a couple who tell their love story twice. Once before an accident happens, and then after the accident happens. Only the difference is the character of Ben, his memory has gone in the after the accident.
Wow.
But Amy knows exactly who he is all the way through. So it kind of challenges the idea of what happens if love has a second chance, or is there truly a soulmate for you that no matter what the circumstances, you'll come back together. But it started in 2013. I got a tweet from a lady called Emmy in Japan, who asked whether or not I would be interested in writing a musical for 2 actors that could be repeated, rotating actors over and over again in Tokyo. I said, yes, sure, give it a go. and then never thought it would get as far as it's gotten, but it had runs in Japan on and off for 5 years, and we're waiting until all of this blows over before we relaunch again. We had a workshop with Hadley and another actress called Caroline Sheen in 2014, just before it opened in Japan. And then it hasn't had another chance yet because it just hasn't landed that way yet. So we got asked if they could do it. Another company asked us if they could produce it. And so next week, we're doing this live stream at the Southwark Playhouse, starring now even more well-known Hadley Fraser and the incredible wife he has of Rosalie Craig. It's just
wow,
dream come true.
Can people watch it? Can
Yeah.
anybody watch it, or is it closed?
Yeah, and anyone can watch it. It's at 2 p.m. on the Saturday, but on this Saturday, so it's the 26th. But on the 25th and 26th, it's also at 7 p.m. British time. But you can only watch it at the time that it's broadcast. It's not
Right.
a demand kind of thing.
So it's 7, right? I'm just gonna do the math.
Yes,
just because I know
yeah.
I better. It's past
You
what
know
I do.
America better than I do.
So 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and then so on,
Okay.
basically.
And where they-
And what's Heather? Will you text me the website or where they get the tickets, and then
Yeah.
we'll put it up on the screen before the end of the show.
It's at a theater called the Southwark Playhouse, but it's spelled like Southwark.
I
I was very confused by the spelling.
It's essentially you go onto their website, you purchase a ticket there until the 20th. So you got 2 days. They're still £10, so that's like $13. Then it goes up to £15 for the final week leading up to it. So
More
close
like
to
20.
Yeah, but
love it.
and they'll email you a code when the time comes to log in and watch it. So
the Southwark. It's called the Southwark, is how we would say it.
SOUTHWARK.
JRK, Southwark
Yeah.
Playhouse. Perfect. We'll put that up on the screen.
thanks,
We'll put that
guys.
up on the screen. I'm so excited for you. No,
Yeah.
with a K. Southwark.
You know,
Robert, I can't type. I
I'm
cannot
also
type.
on opioids today.
Too funny.
That's
Thank you.
The Southwark Playhouse. There you go.
There you go. Perfect. I first of all, it's so good to see you. Stuart, you were one of the last, and Heather, you were one of the last people I saw before lockdown, remember?
Yeah.
Yes,
In
it
Fort
was.
Lauderdale. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Imaginary at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that way around. I sometimes say Marjorie.
That
Douglas.
was great. That was great. So I'm glad you're being so creative during quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to do our own little catch up.
Yes,
Oh,
definitely,
totally.
please.
And get involved. Let's do something together, please. Thank you.
All right, let's
Yeah.
do it. I'm here.
Congratulations, guys. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful.
Robert, it's so
Thank you very
nice
much,
to
Robert.
meet you.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you guys. Thank you, guys. Enjoy London and England together.
Oh,
Thank
good
you.
job.
Enjoy.
Have a great one, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Wow. Oh,
I'm controlling the show for the first time. Lee usually controls it. We're okay. We're doing well.
You're good. You're good. I'm super excited to meet our next guest because I have known of her for years and years, and our paths have just never crossed in person. Yeah, and so I don't want to waste any time. We've got a little sizzle that we would like to play before we bring her on. This is Dar Williams.
I was born in Crystal Creek. There's the wind and the rain and the mercy of the fallen who say they have no claim to know what's right. Oh, what have we here? He must be 3 or 4, shaken out of the boot on his way back to war. And he's not looking for a
a father or a mother, just a 7-year-old brother on this smudge-lined border camp of refugees. I am the one who will remember everything. I am the one who will remember everything.
Hi, Dar.
Oh wow, thanks.
How are
It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks. Do you like my COVID hair? I have much longer hair now. It's like Crystal Gale.
I think
Are you are you in New York?
I am in the Hudson Valley.
Okay, great.
Well, I first heard of you when you were at the John Harms Center for the Arts in Englewood, New Jersey. It was a WFUV concert back in the years ago. And I was working there at the box office and stayed to watch your concert. And your voice was stunning.
Thank you so much.
It's
It's so nice.
So nice of you to be here with us tonight. And you literally just left a political fundraiser with John Kerry to join us.
I know. I was like, John, I'd love to hear your speech. I just have to cut in here. I've got to be with my guys. No, he was early. He was amazing. And then he got off, and a lot of other people spoke. It's a very environmental candidate. So yeah, it was really wonderful. Like people got real deep with the environment stuff, which is my favorite.
Yes, and
we have a very dear mutual friend in common, very dear mutual friend, Susan Warner.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think I knew that. I think I knew that was our connection. Fabulous.
Yes. And I was, she's amazing. I was like literally a crazy stalking fan of hers. I was so moved by her music. I'd never met her, stumbled upon her at the Virgin Mega Store in LA. She was doing an in-store performance, and I was just like, who is this voice? And this is way back, like when she released the last of the Good Straight Girls album. So this is, 1997 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, crazy. And then I recorded one of her songs a few years later. And then like 10 years after that, a mutual friend of ours who's a musical director in Chicago gave her a copy of my album with her song on it. And she emailed me, and I was working on a duets album, and she recorded with me, and then we just became great friends. And I adore her, and she just raves about you. So I was so glad that you were available to join us. I was studying your discography and whatnot, and one of the things that I'm really impressed with, and that there's so much chatter about, is your songwriting workshops. Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's been what happened was I was teaching a college course, and I was really excited about it, even though I wasn't sure if it was going well, but I enjoyed it. And somebody said, if you've got the bug, like, why don't you lead a songwriting retreat? My friend Tom Todoroff, who's actually a big acting coach, and he does a lot of workshops and stuff. And he said, I can tell that this is something you'd love. And I said, yuck, I can't, because I would have to, people want to know how to make a press pack, and people want to know how to get a record deal. And I don't know those, it's very organic for me. And I said, I would only lead a retreat if it were called Writing a Song That Matters. Matters to you, matters to your inner circle, whomever, and who knows, maybe the world. But he said, well, why don't you just call it that? And so I launched it. He's very assertive. And I said, great, I'm going to do this in 2014. He goes, no, you're going to do it in 2013. And we scoped out this beautiful repurposed monastery into a retreat center up in Garrison, New York. And we convinced them to take on a bunch of songwriting people in the midst of all of their workshops that have people in saffron robes and, conscious investing and stuff like that. So we said, look, we make some noise, but we are friendly. And anyway, I have a whole thing about sort of writing the song, figuring out how to write the songs that matter to us. So like when you have a little bit of melody in your head, like how do you follow it? How do you listen for the clues? Oh, it's a rumba. Oh, it's a waltz. Okay, what this? And then you sort of check in with yourself and say, well, what's up with me these days? Like besides the immediate, crap, like what's kind of up? Like what's interesting to me these days? And you kind of make the two find each other, and the ear leads it by making it pretty for yourself, but then the content, you keep on wanting to be relevant. You kind of play your way, about play, being playful as a part of a really important part of being creative. So, you sort of play your way into writing the song. And you don't have to know a lot of chords. You don't have to play an instrument if you just want to follow that golden thread. So that's my whole thing. It's like very inside out.
And are you doing it virtually this year because obviously you can't do it in person?
We just did 2 in the summer, and it went so well that we're going to do another 3-day one, just like a little hello goodbye into the new year at the end of the year because so many people can't travel.
Right.
So we're going to do that, and it's it was actually quite moving. It was really quite moving to do this online retreat. We connected. It happened.
I could
I
only
love that.
imagine. And the information is on your website. There's a whole section on it. And aside from the songwriting workshops, you can have Dar sing you a song right in the middle of your living room directly to you on Topeka.live.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been great.
Wow.
Too.
So is that sort of like a cameo kind of thing?
They basically, I visit with people, they make song requests, and then they do an alternate if it's a song I haven't sung in 20 years, and it's very kind of them. And I'll sing, and it will, it's anywhere from 1 person to like 10. They'll bring in like their parents, and they'll bring in people that they watch concerts with. And I just say hello and sing a couple of songs, and we chat.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it.
Private
I
concert
love it.
with Dar Williams in your living room.
Yeah.
I just think that's fantastic. Dar, I'm only saying this because I see that there's a guitar you're leaning on. Do you?
This is my necklace.
Do you want to? I know, right? Do you want to share a little snippet of something for our guests?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I will. I'm going to turn up the guitar. I had this, I just, from the fundraiser I was just doing.
No pressure.
No, I'm very happy to, so it's not false spontaneity. Like, well,
no, right.
I know. Whips out the party hat,
it's like, is that a guitar you're leaning on, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, I have to say because this is the crossover of our worlds, there have been cabaret singers who have taken out my, who sung my songs in cabaret settings. And this is one of them that somebody did. So this is called The One Who Knows. And I wrote this, before I was a parent myself. It was for all of the people who are so, when the kid, is a kid and has the magic life of a kid, like there are all these parents out there now and teachers and social workers who are like, how do we keep it magic for them? Like that's their priority. And I just, there's so much love, and not that kind of tough love part, just the love. This is called The One Who Knows. Damn, it was I had a dream, and you're the dream come true. And if I had the world to give, I'd give it all to you. I'll take you to the mountains, I will take you to the sea. I'll show you how this life became a miracle to me. You'll fly away, but take my hand until
that day. So when they ask how far love goes, when my job's done, you'll be the one who knows. All the things you treasure most will be the hardest one. I will watch you struggle on before the answers come, but I won't make it harder. I'll be there to cheer you on. I'll shine a light that guides you down the road you're walking on. You'll fly away, but take my hand until that day. So when they ask how far love goes, when my job's done, you'll be the one who knows. Before the mountains call to you, before you leave this home, I want to teach your heart to trust, as I will teach my own. But sometimes I will ask the moon where it shined upon you last, and shake my head and laugh and say it all went by so fast. You'll fly away, but take my hand until that day. So when they ask how far love goes, when my job's done, you'll be the one who knows.
Oh my goodness.
That is so dear.
That song is
Oh
stunning.
my gosh.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness.
Wow. Thank you so
Oh,
much. I can't
my-
wait till people are performing again and you come out to LA so I can see you live.
Please.
Oh, I love LA. I love playing in LA.
I
it's great.
have to shout out to my friends Todd and Amy. They are the biggest Dar Williams fans. They go on the Cayamo cruise every year. They see you with your family and they're too shy to tell you how much they love you. I have a copy of your book that we're going to send off to them. This is Dar's book, which you can buy where all books are sold. What I found in 1,000 towns. And so I wanted to just dedicate this little interview to them because they adore you.
That is
Aw.
well,
Wow.
love to them. And people are so nice on the, I'm hanging out, letting it all hang out frankly on the, do a little, before I leave my cabin. But Cayamo, we are in our natural habitat, and people are so kind, and they have all these great stories, and they're so happy to be on a cruise. Like nobody takes anything for granted. Like they just love the music, and they make a lot of lifelong friends. So thanks, Todd. I see you. Hi.
Yes, and Amy just said that she knows what she wants for her birthday, so maybe you'll be in their living room before you know it.
There you go.
I would like to meet them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we got one.
I love it.
That's very sweet. And I have to say
Aw.
that what I found in 1,000 Towns is a book that has to do with sort of my take on urban planning. So just in case, for me, it's a memoir, but it's a memoir about like aqueducts. I mean, well, better than that, but like things like the Blob Fest in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, where they, celebrate the fact that the Blob was filmed there, like stuff like that, where people figure out cool ways to connect without being like more touchy-feely than they want to, but somehow they find, democracy. So
Aw.
it's not the tell-all that some people thought it would be.
No,
Thank you.
but it's a really interesting story about you traveling the country and meeting people and seeing what's really out there. So
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
visiting
you.
with us. It's a treat. It is a treat.
It's so nice to meet you both. Thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
this. People
Thank-
love this, so I was very
Aw.
happy to be part of it.
And people love you and really
They do.
you're here. So thank you so much for
They
being.
sure
Thank you
do.
both.
Stay
Right.
safe and healthy.
You too. You too.
Keep
you too.
singing.
We will. We will.
Yes,
All of
and-
us.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for all you do. Thank
Bye.
you.
Right.
Wow, that was beautiful. That song
That
is
was beautiful.
gorgeous.
That
Gorgeous.
was beautiful. Let's just hop right in.
Sure.
We're on a roll.
We're on a roll. Here's Audrey May.
May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. And may you stay
Son of a bitch!
forever young. I done a bad thing, it's okay. I'm going down to the river today, and the river's gonna wash my sins away till I'm born again tomorrow. Water get over my head, make me forget my sorrow. I'm going down to the river alone. There are no rubies on my shoes. It's just an illusion. And I used to value my imagination. But I can't get home. I can't get home just by clicking my heels. No matter how bad I feel. Oh dear boy, I wanna follow you. You're a wild boy, I am a wild girl too. Oh dear boy, so hollow without you. It's a wild world, everything in it won't do. Oh dear boy, I wanna follow you. You're a wild boy, I am a wild girl too. Oh dear boy, so shallow without you. It's a chance for everything I've done. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that I dare to dream really do come true.
Hey!
You guys made me cry.
Audrey May!
Oh,
Thank you for being
That was
here.
just so loving of you to choose what you chose, which is so. Let's talk about some happy shit right now. Oh my god!
Well, you can sing
wow.
out.
There
I
were
remember.
little baby
I-
Maymays in there, like so
There were.
happy. Oh my
I
god!
know.
Ah,
I remember seeing you in LA at one of the Upright Cabaret open mics, and you sang Ruby Shoes, and you had just gotten to town. And for those of you watching that don't know, Audrey May has a very special connection to Judy Garland. Do you want to share?
she's my. I mean, I call her Aunt Frances, but she. I call her that so I can talk about her to people, talk about her, what I know of her, because I didn't know her. She died before I was born, but I call her that so I can talk about her in front of people and they don't think I'm like trying to name drop, or B, not hear the point of the story. Like, I want them to hear what I mean, so I'll call her Aunt Frances, but she's my grandmother's auntie.
Wow.
Amazing. Well, that lineage
Wow.
right down to you. I'll tell you.
No joke. Well, it branches out in all these crazy ways. My great grandfather was like Bing Crosby's favorite singer. It goes all the way to vaudeville on my mom's side, so it's something else. And on my dad's side, it's like women who survived the freaking Dust Bowl and Great Depression and shit. It's something else. For real. I found, this is a side tangent, but I found out after I'm in Nashville now, East Nashville. I was in LA for almost 14 years and loved it. And Nashville stole my heart. It happens. But I found out that I have family from like 1800 something that were laid to rest in a cemetery 40 minutes away from where I live, and like 5 seconds away from where I went to college, because I went to college for a year here. I went to school like right next to, had no idea, moved here and found out.
And then family.
Yeah, and I went to the graveyard and couldn't find them, but I had pictures of their gravestones, but it was a big graveyard, and there were all these different stones that looked the same. And I finally, my dog's barking. After like 30 minutes of trying to find them, I parked the car and I just kind of like sat and looked at the pictures and just said, look, y'all called me here.
That's right.
Where are you? And I swear to God, I went, looked over, boom, right there.
It was there.
Right next to where I'd parked the car to ask. Anyway, come here, kiddo. My dog.
When you are in Nashville and you're a singer and a songwriter and all of that, how does that work as you're an avid songwriter and we all know your music even if we don't know you wrote it? So, and we'll get to that in a minute, but what's your process? Like with the singer-songwriter show, what's your process in writing a song?
It's different every time. Co-writing, I try to jump on the other person's vibe, just because they're there, and why would I want to do the same thing every day? But when it's by myself, it's kind of like being struck by lightning sometimes. I don't like it when it feels like work. It's almost like thinking too much, and the idea doesn't feel safe to come, hang out. So I try to make it really like Dar was talking about, like the importance of play, make it feel like play, serious play, taking play very seriously. Like Imagination Land doesn't fit on a spreadsheet. I can't make it happen.
I get that.
Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing the artists that you have collaborated with and written for. I told you this story when we spoke earlier in the week. I was taking a spin class at Flywheel, which used to they just went out of business everywhere, but they used to be right on Larchmont Boulevard in my little village. And I was taking a spin class, and they played your rendition of Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood's Bang Bang, He Shot You Down. And that was for a TV show, right? It was used on a TV show, I think.
No,
it was just a single.
Finish telling your story and I'll tell you where it came from.
Anyway, I nearly fell off the bike because Mark is like the biggest Nancy Sinatra fan, and I knew that it was your voice because I know your voice. And I was like, Audrey Mae did a rendition of Bang Bang. It was the biggest news in our household for months.
That's so sweet. Well, the reason it happened was because of our mutual friend Shane Shale.
Yep.
Who now does his company is called For the Record, and he does shows that pay tribute to different film directors, and then the music in the show is the soundtracks from the movies. And so he was doing a Tarantino one at, I mean, we workshopped it in LA at Bar Vermont.
Yep, which is now Rockwell.
And in any case, we went and did it in Austin for South by Southwest.
That was it. Okay, that was it.
But oh my God, what a song. What a cool song. And about to come out in the nurse's outfit from Kill Bill with the eye patch with the cross and do the whistle and just feel, y'all, that show, I jumped in at the last minute. Somebody who was supposed to do it couldn't do it anymore. I learned all the choreography in 2 days, went to Austin with them, bought these new shoes at Target and thought, well, I better wear my shoes for the dress rehearsal so I know how to walk in them. Stupid. I had the worst blisters. I had to coat my feet in Vaseline and cover them in a plastic grocery bag just to get through the show the next day. And Dion Gibson would stand at the back of the theater during rehearsals and go, yes, Audrey, you do it, Audrey. I swear to God, her encouragement, it got me. I would just like stand backstage in pain and then go, here we go. And go on stage and just like, so what singing that song right before I came out, I was like,
oh my God, I love it. I love it. Well, I want to give a little taste of your songwriting to our listeners, because you've collaborated with like
everyone.
It's just a who's who list. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Maybe I was all too late, learning to be lied to, and hiding to protect my feelings, giving nothing back, giving everything, putting all my pain in the melody.
But guess what? You can't ride in my little red wagon. The front seat's broken and the axle's dragging. You can't step to this backyard swagger. You know it ain't my fault when I'm walking jaws dropping like.
You guys are gonna make me cry all night. I forget. I wake up the next day. I got the same trash in my trash can.
I hear you.
I forget, and now I'm watching these reels that you made, and I'm like, oh my God.
Miss May, if I wrote "This Is My Heartbeat" song, I would have it tattooed on my face. I think.
Oh my God.
Right here.
Celine Dion, right there on my face.
We had so much fun prepping for this because I know you and I didn't know half of this. And Robert was like, well, do you know she wrote that? And I'm like, no, I missed that chapter.
I missed it too, apparently.
Well, I hope the check comes in the mail. Don't miss those.
Oh, thank God.
Amazing.
And Avicii, if you're at the club or at the gym, I told you the other day, I was like, I was fist pumping Jersey style to all of those dance songs that you guys did together. You're feeling good. You're the voice. I mean,
what was that like? Like that we had that clip in the opening sizzle reel, and that was you in Stockholm for tens of thousands of people. What was that like from, Upright Cabaret to that?
Can I tell you, well, every show has its different charms. That one in particular was so special because it was paying tribute to Tim, to Avicii. Also, this is the worst time, but do you hear my dog being so dramatic right now? Can you hear her? You hear her sneezing at me because she's allergic to the word no. She can't help it. No, ma'am. We'll go in a minute. Here, come on.
I'm sorry, Pop.
Sorry. Come here. Come on. It's because she hears me talking and she thinks I'm on FaceTime with my family. And she's like, when you're on FaceTime with your family, you can get up anytime you want to me outside.
So cute.
So in any case, that one was, a tribute to Tim. And it was a show that he had wanted to do for a really long time. that because of the way the industry works, people didn't think it would make any money. So they weren't very keen on allowing him or opening up the channel so that he could do a show like that. So after he passed, his father started a foundation in his name and made sure that that show happened last year in December. And so it was very emotionally charged for everyone because he was such a sweet heart, and everyone who worked with him loved him. So everyone there, I mean, there were so many amazing people there. And so that was already emotionally charged. And then on top of it, I had the dress made, and it was like barely done in time. They shipped it to Stockholm. I hadn't even tried it on. And then I went to do hair and makeup, and the guy in hair and makeup said, well, what do you want? And I said, big. I want big hair, so that, because I want to shake it around, and I sweat, I get hot, so I don't want it to fall. And he said, okay. And when he turned me around and said, what do you think? I mean, I have never in my life.
You had big hair.
Teased it to Jesus and sprayed it to hell, as Jeff Meyer would say. And it was like, I took one look at myself in that mirror and I went, we have got to rise to the hair. We've got, the whole vibe has got to be as big as this hair.
Yes. Well,
you know what they say, the higher the hair, the closer to God.
I mean, I was in seventh heaven at that point. It was like, so it really like pushed me to all my nerves. I couldn't, what could I do? I had the biggest hair in the arena. What was I going to do? I had to kind of just.
I love it.
Go. I was trying to shake it and it wouldn't even move. It was like,
how many dates did you do?
One. It was one
Just
night
one.
only.
Wow.
And they didn't think it was going to sell, so I think it was Live Nation or Ticketmaster, one of the other ones. Legal note, allegedly.
Allegedly, right? We're not getting in trouble with Live Nation.
God forbid. But they didn't think it was going to sell, so they pulled out at the last minute. And so Tim's dad had to figure out how to sell all the tickets to this arena in Stockholm, the Friends Arena is what it's called. And it sold out in, I think, 2 minutes.
Oh, my God.
So all that cut that the big ticket place would have taken went straight to the foundation. Thank you.
Wow.
Wonderful.
How cool is that?
And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
You, in the beginning of that clip of all those dozen songs you wrote, from Ben Platt to Adina to everyone, you have a new song out that you're featured on with Fancy.
Yeah.
What a bop of a song it is.
He's so wonderful. He's been making music for a really long time. And he just now is finally, the world has sort of risen to meet him where he's at. And he's working with great people. And he made this record with so many of his longtime friends. There's really something cool going on in Nashville right now, guys. It's something else, some sort of kind of Renaissance thing happening. So anyway, it is bop. It was really fun. We wrote it together, and he always comes in with an idea, pretty much. He'll come in and go, what do you think about this? And seriously, all I do is write down what he says and think about, I mean, maybe if an idea comes, I'll like walk into the kitchen and go whistle it to myself, get a voice memo, come back, and he sits at the piano. And in 2 hours, there's a song that you're like, oh my God, I cannot believe. I tell him all the time, I can't believe I have two songs on your album, on this album. If I had not known him before I heard this record and all of his music, I would have been too scared to introduce myself. He's so good. I would have been, I'm starstruck. We got breakfast yesterday to celebrate. And I was like, I don't know what to do with you sitting right in front of me, and I've known you for years.
He was like, eat your damn pancake.
That is something he would say. He'd be like, get it together.
I know.
I've been listening to the song. Me and Lee all week have listened to you.
So fun.
To you nonstop.
Well, Robert had never heard of you. He didn't know anything, and I was like, "What? You don't know Audrey May?" So
I'm sorry.
I haven't heard of me either.
There you go.
I wake up
So-
in the morning. In my mind, I'm
Right.
my kiddo's daughter. I'm my dog's kid, and that's it.
There you go. You also have done several covers over the years, and you find find a place, major covers, but you find a place in these songs and really put your signature on it. And you did a cover of a Fleetwood Mac tune called Dreams that I think is going to release at midnight or something tonight.
It does. It comes out tonight.
Can I give our listeners a little snippet?
Please do, please. I'm so proud.
Now here I go again, I see the crystal vision. I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you'd like to sell? Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. And the stillness of remembering what you had, what you lost, what you had, what you lost.
God, I could listen to you. The
So
tone of your voice.
good. So
The tone
good.
of your voice for days. Get
Love it.
out of here.
Thank you.
So good.
I got to meet that with my friend Sean McConnell. If any of y'all are Nashville fans, the TV show Connie Britton, major
Raina-
props.
Yes, Raina James.
The episode that Christina Aguilera was on, she sang a song that Sean and I wrote together about Sean and his wife called Shotgun. And it's the most beautiful love song about, the tag is love is taking turns riding shotgun, like driving around as a metaphor for love. He and his wife are really special people. So it's been a total thrill to get to work with people who are have such meaningful lives.
Well, it's so big. It's such a beautiful. You wrote a couple songs for Nashville, and you wrote a couple songs for Christina Aguilera. Just name dropping for you, just for the record. If I'm just become a big, I'm now your Wikipedia page in the flesh.
You know.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, I have to say, this has been. I haven't seen you in. Well, the last time I saw you, you were on stage, but you did an incredible concert for your. At that time, it was your new album, and it was at the theater at the Ace Hotel, which has been gorgeously restored. It's this fantastic Art Deco theater that Mary Pickford built back in like 1920 something.
And Charlie Chaplin, downtown LA, opening
Downtown
for
LA.
Shoshana Bean.
You did, and oh my!
It was so much fun.
God,
Oh my
that was a night.
What
That was a
fun
night.
What
Yeah.
a fun night. You just get on stage at a Shoshana Bean concert, you get on stage and then you're starstruck because everyone in the audience is your favorite everything. They're all like, everyone you look at, you're like, is that Dan Levy? Oh my God, it's Dan Levy. Oh my God, it's Dan Levy.
Well, if Shoshana Bean can sing, and if she has you on her show, then you sing.
I swear, it's like she taught me everything I know. I mean, I came up watching her and Ty Taylor and Tracy Toms and Leslie Odom Jr. sing at Shane's shows.
Yep.
And watching people who've been classically trained exercise control and poise and have fun with each other and like how supportive of each other. It's not like that in the sort of commercial music industry, and it especially wasn't when I entered into it. So it was amazing to see those people. I mean, they would throw shoes at each other. I remember the night Adam Lambert came on stage and everyone threw their shoes at him, and I had no idea what was going on. I was like, oh my God, why are they throwing things? They're like, he's brilliant.
I love it.
I can't wait for the world to open up again, and I'm going to find myself at an Audra May show somewhere in this world.
Oh,
Amen.
you guys have really, you've made my whole week. It's been so
Aw.
good talking to you again, too. Lee, we're birthday
I
buddies, aren't we?
know. Yes, February 20th.
That's right.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Oh, you're Pisces.
I know.
Oh, you're Pisces.
I just know, right? Yeah, no, it's been because I haven't like seen you and talked to you. It's been years and years, and so we had such a nice catch up this week. And now that we're connected on the interwebs and
Yeah.
and texting,
Well, I have to
it's
say,
over.
I have to give a shout out to my little sister, Phoebe, because I'm pretty sure she's watching and she's incredible. Y'all, she moved to New York on February 18th.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
the world said, pause. So she's the real deal. She's the best I've ever seen in my life. And you might say I'm biased, but I am actually not. I'm a total bitch. So if I would not be shouting her out.
And she sings?
Oh my God. She's
Well, you have to hook us up.
Phoebe,
We'll have her on the show.
I'm
All right. You'll connect us.
When Phoebe, if she needs something, if she needs Clorox wipes, paper towel.
Kiki, yeah, I think she lives in the Heights. We call her Kiki. So
Kiki, I'll walk across the George Washington Bridge and hook you up.
oh, that's so cool.
I love it.
That's so
Audra May, thank
I
you
love y'all.
so much. Love you too.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait to see. Who do you have on next week? Can I ask?
You sure
You remember that documentary, 20 Feet from Stardom?
Yes.
With Darlene Love, and they're all coming on. Darlene Love, Lisa Fisher, Tata Vega,
and Judith Hill.
And Judith Hill. I know.
Wow. Well, I won't miss it.
2 weeks of singers.
Love it.
I loved the Frozen one last week too. That was very, very cool.
Oh. You let us know anytime you're releasing something new because we'll feature it for sure. That's a promise.
I will. Thank you.
It's a
That's
pleasure.
so sweet of you. I love y'all. Thank you for having me. Thanks for making me cry.
Oh, anytime. Thank you. Yes.
Wow.
Lee.
I love her. She's amazing. The art. Wow. This was one for the books. This was one for the books. I love it. Just love it. That Dar Williams, that song that she sang.
Gorgeous.
Oh, gorgeous. I love Stuart and Heather, two of my favorites.
And then Audra May is
I know. What a night.
Woo.
Wow.
Oh, here's
so
Phoebe.
Next week. Huh?
Here's Phoebe.
Hey, Phoebe. All right. Direct message us, and you're coming on the show. Period.
Lee, like you said, next week we have Rock and Roll Hall of Famer and Darlene Love and the girls of 20 Feet from Stardom.
Love it. Yeah, if you want to keep our show on the air and you feel like tossing us a tip in the tip jar, it's right below you. And what else? I think
we're booking shows into December. We're not going anywhere.
Crazy.
So if you're new to the show, welcome, and we hope you join us every Thursday.
We have so much fun stuff coming up. So much. So stay healthy. Hey, vote.
Vote.
I'm not telling you to vote for. I'm just saying vote. Period.
I was.
You do that. That's fine.
Lee has.
I know. It's time for another pill.
Vote,
Robert.
Lee, thank you so much for everything. This show is forever the blessing of quarantine.
Aww.
Feel better.
You be well. I will feel better. I will.
Take your medicine.
I will.
Don't make me fly out there.
It was good to put on a button down, but let me tell you, it did take me about 18 minutes to button it.
I will. I will pack some soup and be out there. Don't chest me.
Okay. All right. Have a
Bye,
great
everybody.
night. We'll see you next week.
It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessick.